Hi everyone, it's Gene Calderon here again with another teaching for our series that we're going through here in this December. And today, being December 8th, we are going to continue and talk about one of the major issues that we have when it comes to Christianity and the foundation of the religion itself. Because the center core of this all is the resurrection of Jesus. And let's face it, without the resurrection of Jesus, there really isn't a good reason for even talking about Christmas. The Apostle Paul even wrote to this when he was writing to the church in Corinthians, in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 14, "And if Christ has not been raised, our preaching is useless, and so is your faith." 1 Corinthians 15 is one of my favorite chapters because it definitely goes into the fact that we need to have really good reasons about why we believe what we believe, and we need to be able to prove that physically. I mean, with the material world, of course, we're spiritual creatures, we're spiritual beings, and we do believe in miracles and things of that sort, but there has to be a solid foundation of truth for us to build upon. And so it's going to be unavoidable for Christians to be able to show that the Christ of Christmas had the power to lay down his life and again to take it up again. I mean, this was the ultimate proof that Jesus was God in the flesh. Now first, we can all agree that after the suffering, even to the point of death, Jesus was buried in a private tomb of a man named Joseph of Arimathea. And this is recorded in what is possibly, most people agree, the earliest gospel that was written, the Gospel of Mark. Chapter 15, verse 43, we read, "Joseph of Arimathea, a prominent member of the council, who was himself waiting for the kingdom of God, went boldly to Pilate and asked for Jesus' body." In verse 46, "So Joseph brought some linen cloth, took down the body, wrapped it in the linen, and placed it in a tomb cut out of the rock. Then he rolled a stone against the entrance of the tomb." Now again, this being a very early account, it really doesn't leave a lot of time to be the result of a legend or any kind of corruption going on. This is an early account with eyewitness testimony. And it also doesn't make much sense to make, in a sense, the hero of Jesus' burial a member of the very group that had Jesus condemned in the first place. If that were false, it would be crazy to put him in that role. But then the report goes around quickly that the tomb was empty on the third day by both friends and enemies of Jesus. In Matthew chapter 28, we read in verses 11 to 13, "While the women were on their way, some of the guards went into the city and reported to the chief priest everything that had happened. When the chief priest had met with the elders and devised a plan, they gave the soldiers a large sum of money, telling them, 'You are to say, his disciples came during the night and stole him away while we were asleep.'" Now, Christianity would not have been able to survive if the body of Christ was able to be found in a tomb that was easily identifiable. And so Jesus gave us plenty of proof that once he was alive and the tomb was found to be empty, that he was once dead, but now was alive. Again, the Apostle Paul reminds us in 1 Corinthians chapter 15. After that, he appeared to more than 500 of the brothers and sisters at the same time, most of whom are still living, though some have fallen asleep. Now, this wasn't something that just could not be verified. This was a statement or a challenge for any skeptics to go in there and check it out for themselves, because the witnesses were still available to be interviewed if they had questions. And finally, the result of the resurrection is unmatched in human history. In just a few hundred years, a small group of insignificant young men had an amazing impact on the entire empire. Sure, some would say that they would be willing to face torture and even a cruel death for what they believed to be true. It wouldn't make sense for them to die if they knew that what they're preaching for was a lie. Nobody dies for a lie, at least not 12 young men. That'd be very, very odd. That would be very, very high risk. You never find conspiracies amongst large groups of people because somebody usually breaks. And here we find all 11 disciples and more willing to die for what they knew to be true. They were first-hand eyewitnesses. They're not like us today, as we weren't there to be able to see it. They were. And if this was false and they were being put under torture and to the point of death, somebody would have broken and said, "Okay, it's all a lie, we just made it up." But nobody did that. Why? Because we believe that the resurrection was true And without the resurrection, none of us would be here today and finding out who the babe of Christmas actually is. Very important for us to be able to understand that. And again, we can't have a death and resurrection without first his birth. And so we are celebrating the story of the mercy and the grace of God coming to earth as a human being to pay the penalty for sin, to be put to death, buried, and rise again on the third day, and ascend back unto the heaven at the right hand of the Father. So again, another reason to celebrate Christmas. I hope this helps you. I hope you enjoy this. Again, keep watching. We've got some more videos coming up. We're trying to do 25 in 25 days, and just keep following along. Comment, question, share, let people know the reason for the season, Jesus Christ. God bless you. Take care.